Big-time stakes as we approach the end of the season. Bowl positioning, playoff spots, all on the table, but only you find a way to win. The Dome, home to the Orange and Syracuse University. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Missouri Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Missouri about to kick off to lift the lid on this one. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. Oh, returns like that just swing the momentum. Almost took it to the house. Tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Hands it off. Finds just enough room to pick up a couple down to the 26. Let's think a little bit about Syracuse. We have a new #1 team in the nation this week. Guys, they've made it to the mountaintop, and usually that just means now everybody's shooting at you.
I think a lot of people are waiting to see is how they wear this #1, if they change it all moving forward. But, David, talking to their players this week, they were saying they knew they were the #1 team before the season even started. Everybody else is just figuring that out now.
Yeah, and you got to love the confidence of this squad and going out and earning that #1 ranking, but it's another thing completely to keep it and to continue to have that edge and that hunger. We'll see if they can do it.
And this guy has been putting up huge video game type stat numbers each and every week. Threw for over 300 yards last week. He's putting up another monster game today. Late in the year when you know Heisman voters are watching, this guy wants to bring the Heisman Trophy home.
From the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give to the left side. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. It's pretty obvious what's at stake here, guys. A top 10 matchup, winner, good shot at the playoff, and the loser is probably going to need some help.
Yeah, so further cementing your resume, making that exclamation point on the schedule, giving that committee something to look at and go, here's a top 10 win. This is a big deal for my schedule. Big proving moment.
And that's why you play football for one of these two programs, for games like this, for the opportunity to reach the cup.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Orange.
The coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did, and they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. They'll go to the ground. Past the sticks, and he may get more. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy because that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now first down from the 37. They'll run it to the right side. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Goes to the option. The pitch. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Let's talk a little bit about Missouri. They got a boost from their high school recruiting ranks, setting the table for the future, getting a verbal commitment from a 4-star linebacker.
Yeah, it's huge for this defense, not only because of his physical traits. This guy can run, he can cover, he can blitz the passer, but he's also a tremendous leader. This guy could be the alpha on this defense for years to come.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. After run, now throw. Shoots it to the left. Finds his man. It's Johnson. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
You know, it's hard enough just...
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. On the option. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Guys, let's talk here for just a second about Missouri. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
From the gun, the ground game. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This opening drive has been all offense. Really good job, nice scripted plays, taking advantage, strung together a nice series. But here's all that matters for defense. We don't even care about yards anymore. Can I keep him out of the end zone? Great job right here. Step up, get a stop, force him either to kick a field goal or get no points, and this drive is still a success.
With the run on 1st and goal. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. picked up 6 on that last one, now 2nd and inches. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're just continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Missouri.
They got zilch on the last play. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. That brings us to 3rd and goal from the 6 after they went backwards on the last one. Escapes the sack. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked 1 time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
And this one splits the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Gives it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Using his legs to buy some time. Fires to the right. Got his man all by himself. He wasn't far from taking it to the house, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the 2nd period. First play of the period, 1st down here. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Syracuse.
Syracuse with a fresh set of downs to open play here in the 2nd. Give to the back. Breaks into the open.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Cook. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
And he's been the go-to guy all year long. Like, he's in the top 5 in all of college football in receiving yards for a reason. They're going to find him because he's always open, making plays. This dude has been unbelievable. He's being mentioned in the Heisman conversation. That is really hard to do as a wide receiver, so that shows you what kind of special year this young man's having.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. Down to the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Buys a little time. Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, Cuse. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Love the play design on offense because you get your playmaker, the guy you want with the ball in his hands. You get him open, easy throw for the quarterback. Receiver does the rest, put 6 up on the board.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Duke is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Western Michigan. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this meeting in the MAC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. The short hands, it's Terry. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Just going to keep it after the snap. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Let's talk a little bit about Missouri. It's been a season to remember so far, fresh off their new top 10 ranking. How far can this team go?
Well, they're starting to get there now, right? And I think once you get some big wins, Jesse, and you start to climb up, you start to feel that and the momentum and the confidence that it builds with your squad. I think we might just be scratching the surface with this group.
Yeah, that's the difference with this team is it feels like they're really starting to believe. We always knew they were talented. They knew it too, but getting some of these big wins this season, I think they now believe they can take down anybody in the country.
Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Haas. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. This tight end just creates matchup problems no matter how you try to defend it.
How about the catch radius on him, too? So as a quarterback, you don't have to be perfect when throwing it to him. You just got to get it somewhere in his vicinity, and he can come up with the catch.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. Caught on the outside. It's Hardy. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
I know everyone's yelling, but you didn't get the first down. We need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. On the run, deep down the right side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down.
It's so much easier said than done. Oh, stay in bounds. Well, you got to focus on the catch and the ball coming to you and playing off the defender, and there's so many things that go into it, but he definitely looked like he stepped out, and now it's decision time because fourth downs are coming.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab, first down, still on his feet. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, missed the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Looking to pass, it's Hawkins. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground and now getting him behind the sticks.
Already in field goal range, but now trying to convert this third and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback now breaking the field. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got his man. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. The Tigers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Got a man. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Trying to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Missouri!
And you're going to need more of this in the second half. That's the way you punctuate a drive at the end of the first half to cut this to a one-possession game. Need more of that physicality in the second half.
And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half.
Timeout, Syracuse.
Whoops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll move the wide receiver. On the run, it's Willis. And he works his way forward and finally down at the 15.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
The Orange with a lot of work to do on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Throwing on the run. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Touchdown, Tigers! The offense cashing it in on that drive.
And that's a great job by this offense. That's how you work the clock. You want to take as much as you can and punch that ball in the end zone. Masterful clock management, and they now take the lead going into the half.
And you just got to wonder, too, David, how does that affect the confidence of a defense, right? They needed to find some way, somehow, to get a stop, limit the damage on that final drive. They give up a touchdown. They're going into halftime now, trailing. They've got to raise their level of play in the second half.
And the extra point was good.
Missouri, 17, Syracuse.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Snap coming before halftime. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Scrambling away. He's got it on the route. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Missouri, 17,
Syracuse has it teed up, ready to kick off and start this second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They'll run the option. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, I love the variety in the run game you're seeing from this offense. It's not just going to be conventional handoffs. Won't just be the quarterback, but he's making good decisions. Pitching at that time, that's the right read, and it's not a huge explosive home run type play, but it is enough to help them pick up the first down.
The give to the tailback. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Back to throw, it's Hawkins. Pulls it in, it's Terry. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Tigers are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They'll run for it on third and short. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
Missouri comes to the line with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the catch, it's Jones. His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. To the ground with the back. To the 15. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Here comes the option.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Looking for a man. It's Hawkins. Big guy smells it. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
Well, short completion setting up third down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
They moved it right to the edge, and they need 1 more yard for the touchdown on third down. force their way in. Looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, man. Take a look at how things are playing out. Duke is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Western Michigan. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time this season.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Picked off to stop the threat. Returns it all the way back to the 23-yard line, and the defense gets a turnover.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can flip the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Wants to go up top on first down. Looking to scramble. That's caught. It's Gill. Jumped on top of the pile.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. Quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Got 5 wideouts spread across the field on 2nd and 5. He might want another play. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Williams. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Some crossing routes are designed to beat man coverage, but that one worked out pretty well in zone. Nice job by the QB and receiver being on the same page, finding a soft spot, and getting the completion.
Looking downfield on first down. That's caught. It's Hart.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on first down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game, let him make something happen and set up 2nd and short.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Looking to fire. Just a short pass to the tight end. There he goes. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
And this offense is built around this dude. I mean, he is sensational. He's been so fun to watch, like play, pitch, and catch, spread the ball around, complete and total command of the offense, and that's why he's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's got a real chance to go to New York and try to win that Heisman Trophy.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Gives it on the option. Fighting off the defender. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Touchdown, Syracuse. Excellent pass by the back on the option. Now you know why you do all of those squats, all of those deadlifts, extra time in the weight room.
No doubt. Get that lower body strength so you can just shed job smelling the end zone and getting in.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And here's the return. He gets a block. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
That's it for the period, and Missouri has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. They're on the cusp of what would be an historic loss, falling as the #1 team in the country unless they can pull it together here in the final moments. Syracuse right back at it.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
And his offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
Looking to throw on first down. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. At the 40, there he goes. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12.
Well, late in the year, this guy is square in the middle of the Heisman Trophy discussion because of his performance. He throws a nice completion there for a first down, but it's been week in, week out. Big moments. He's led this team to a ton of wins. He is their best player.
He breaks a tackle. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They'll go for two here and try to climb within a field goal late. The snap sets up the throw. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Oh, and that's tough, man. It was drawn up right. It was a good throw. It was right in his hands. You just want your playmaker to make that play and get to the two-point conversion.
Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. The returner will field it and bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. That's caught. It's Hobbs. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you. A huge third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. And he throws down the gut of the defense. It's incomplete.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Oh, it's off the side of his foot. They were hoping for a little more, but it could have been worse as the punt goes out of bounds, and they'll put it in play around the 45-yard line. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Now improvising. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
Well, this guy has shown up time and time again for his football team. Top 10 statistically in passing yardage this year, but it's been in big games, in big moments where he's really shined. And that's why this guy is in contention to win the Heisman Trophy.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there in the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box. If you're the play caller offensively, you might want to think about having your quarterback keep the ball and then try to throw it downfield.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Might be changing the route. Wide receiver going in motion. He'll take it himself. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Syracuse needs to come up with a big third down play to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Skips away from pressure. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Cuse! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And it's just what the doctor ordered. You needed a big play to go out there and try to take the lead, and you find your receiver out wide. He runs by the DB. Nice throw, nice catch. You got the lead.
Leading by one, they'll go ahead and go for two and try to make it a field goal game. He's looking to pass. Extending the play. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense.
And the offense tries to take matters into their own hands. Like, down one, I want the two-point conversion. I want to take the lead. Now, the defense is going to have to come up big, try to get them the football back.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looking for blockers. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. Dropping back, it's Hawkins. Quick strike complete. They corral him out of bounds, mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
Finds the tight end. Turning it on. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Oh, better look out. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Get the field goal from here. It's a 51-yarder. Get a few on 3rd down, and life is much better. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. They'd love to make this kick easier by picking up a few on 3rd down. It's 56 yards out from here. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
And this defense, they were ready for that 3rd down. That you could tell they smelt the option coming. Did a great job. Aggressive. Downhill. Went and got it. Got the tackle for a loss. Forcing the 4th down.
So now we'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. And this to put them on top as we get close to closing time. He nails it, a 58-yard field goal. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Duke is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know. They're trailing by 10 to Western Michigan. The Maction never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's hard. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. To the air on 1st down. Looking to buy time. Got him downfield. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out.
Throws a nice completion there for a 1st down. This guy has been the biggest key to this team's success all season long. He's shown up in big moments. He's won big games. He's putting up big numbers, and that's why he's in the discussion to win the Heisman Trophy.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
Oh, they're after him. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a hit. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
It's a one-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes a catch, 1st down, and maybe a lot more. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Catch in the middle, it's Cook. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. 2nd down, clock's running. Wants to throw and not much time to work with. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse. And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Now, you talk about finishing games with a purpose, with a plan, executed to perfection, taking almost all of the clock, executing brilliantly down the stretch of this football game, making plays, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 5 here in the fourth. So a drive there of 84 yards. And how about that for a capper? The likely game winner in the waning moments. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the stop. The coverage team up to the challenge as they put a stop to the return and an end to the game. How much fun was that? And you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to make a lot of noise late in the college football season, but give the higher-ranked team tons of credit. They earned this one.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football. some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Oregon Ducks, the House of Loud, Autzen Stadium in Eugene. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Oregon Ducks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Buckeyes' long wait is coming to an end as they'll put a foot to it and the season will get underway. Looks like he's going to try to return it. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Looking for a gap. It's gained. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Moore to the air. Pressure coming. Makes the grab on the left side. They make the stop, but a big pickup thanks to the big arm from this senior quarterback. Keep spinning the bean like that, and you start to believe this kid might have the talent to someday be the third 10,000-yard passer in Oregon history.
No doubt. And you know what Ducks fans love? They love points. They love offense. They love playing fast. That's what they are. That's who they are. That's what they want their teams to be every single week.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. That's reeled in. It's Moore. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback. Staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
The Ducks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. It's caught. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's when he catches a big fella.
And the Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Here we go. Motion from the wideout. They'll run the option. Oh, he's got some space. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it. Here they come again. The Ducks and their one-man band at quarterback just slicing up this defense.
Man, and those one names have been so good. Mariota, Herbert, Dixon. You go back, these guys, they always find great playmakers at the quarterback spot who can make big plays.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Ducks! You thought it was noisy when the Duck rolled out on that motorcycle? Decibels through the roof in the House of Loud.
And what a great job getting this crowd going early. This is not one of the biggest crowds in the country, but Allison Stadium is one of the loudest places you will ever be in, and they love their Ducks.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his spot. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They're trying to find some room off right tackle. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Didn't find much room on the return, but now they are in business and poised to strike from the 25.
Not as this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Moore will throw. He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
After starting the season 0-1, this offense felt like they just left plays on the field in that first game. But so far today, they're taking advantage. QB's making good decisions. Guys are stepping up. They've limited the mental mistakes. They haven't turned the football over. It's a different-looking offense here in Game 2.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. The sure hands, it's Graham. On the move is the 30. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Wants to throw on first down. Flushed out of the pocket. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Breaks into the open. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12.
Well, it's a second catch on the drive, and that's obviously a massive play for this offense, and he's starting to prove to his quarterback here that he's winning his one-on-ones, and he deserves some more looks.
They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Looking to throw at St. Clair. Steps away. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And they will score! Touchdown, Ohio State! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll give it to the back. Got the first down. Looking for more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job on the right guard, right tackle, getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
Fires to the tight end.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. First play of the period will be a second down. Might be calling a hot route. They go to the ground. Hard running there. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Ducks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Moore to the air. And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They had given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
And this offense choose to be aggressive. Listen, once you start getting to midfield, you see most offenses be aggressive, and they took their chance, and they failed. Now, early in the game, a chance to create momentum to swing back to the other side of the football field.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Pocket breaking down. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here at Austin. To the air, it's St. Clair. Under fire. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Hope. There he goes. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the 1st down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. Listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that 1st down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. He'll be run out of bounds at the 14. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They had no choice but to go into the portal. They had to replenish all of those guys that they lost, and you have to hope that some of these guys will come in day one and make an impact. But is that realistic, Dave?
Yeah, and you're optimistic with the portal because here's the thing. These guys you've seen play in other systems with other teams. You kind of know their personality, and you especially know how they're going to look on the field. So, Jesse, that's why they went deep in the portal.
Yeah, and I think the biggest question then for these guys coming in is how quickly can they gel? The chemistry in the locker room is so important. It's hard to find that in one offseason, bringing all these guys in, but they feel like they've got a really good group via the portal.
to throw. It's St. Clair. On the run, still looking. Lets it go to the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got enough space, and he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they force the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Man, we've been anticipating this top 15 matchup all week. Let's show you how things are playing out. Tennessee is on top, but it's not like Peyton Manning or T. Martin are playing quarterback today, which is why they can't pull away. They're up by 7 over Michigan. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That 14-point lead is gone, and now they'll try to get back on top with a scoring drive here. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. The Ducks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. This is a great way to control tempo, control the game, feeding the tight end, and they've done it beautifully here in the first half.
You find great matchups, Reese. I mean, you think about it. He's too good to be covered by linebackers. You like your matchup versus a safety, so zone or man, whatever you want to do, I'm going to find the big fella because he's going to be open most of the time.
Motion from the wide receiver. Calls his own number. Crosses the 40. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
Hey, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and
fires into traffic, picked off. Got some room to run. The 30. The inside. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he's going to bring this one out. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets him to the 28. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on first down. He's going for the big play. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. What a nice throw there, just carving up the defense. You make these types of passes downfield, and it reminds me of Justin Herbert just carving up Arizona State for nearly 5 bills.
Yeah, just making big plays in the passing game. This offense is built on the run. It always has been. It always will be. That's what the Ducks hang their hat on. But making those explosive plays down the field when the defense slips up and loses a little bit of eye discipline.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. Stopped in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of 2.
I love when you break out the hit stick. When you come and that guy gets struck and he goes backwards, that's how you bring it.
And the Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Finds a little space. Picks up the first down. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy first down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Gets it out quickly. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has, how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The defense calls the timeout. Their second of the day as they try to get their act together. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Moore will throw. Looking for the goal line. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Ducks!
Man, that is picture-perfect execution by this offense. That is how you close a half. Chewing up some time, getting in the end zone, a chance to tie this up and feel really good about yourself going into halftime.
And they tacked on the extra point. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Fielded in the end zone. It's Keene. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. With the catch, it's Hope. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll move the wide receiver. Here's the handoff. Runs through a tackle.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
Now on 1st down from the 28. The give out of the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll immediately call timeout. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. to the air. It's St. Clair. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Trying to pound it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
These close games a lot of times come down to who executes late in the ball game. That was a late game situation. Nice execution, and now they got the lead going into the half, and they have all the momentum.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. A very efficient five-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Touchdown, Ohio State. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Set to kick it off.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. This quarterback part of their running game. Pass to sticks him still on his feet. They get him on the ground late in the half. They have the first down at the 41. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it first and 10 from the 41. Moore to the air. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard. Just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw on first down. He uncorks one deep. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Ducks will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Keene. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to escape and get it himself. He gets across the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 23.
And that's a really good job by this defense because, remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The House of Loud is deafening on this third down. Looking to throw for it. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Fires downfield. He's got an open man.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Dances away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
The give to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's St. Clair. Here comes the heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Man, that's a big stop on this first drive. That's got to energize this defense. They didn't have a great first half. Let's just call it what it is. They could have done a lot better, but to come out, make some adjustments, get a stop on this first possession, that's a good sign for this defense.
That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. The give to the back. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Here comes the option. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Really good job by this defense, man. 4th down and short. Great job playing the quarterback first. That's the most important part of the option. Don't let him get downhill. Now it gets to the pitchman. It gets a little bit outside. They run to the football and get the big stop on 4th down.
And the offense stays on the field on 4th and 1. I'm not sure they're just trying to make the defense jump. I believe they think they can get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. You get field position like this, and you're not likely to punt the way they did the last time they had the ball.
Yeah, great job by the defense, setting them up in an opportunity to get some points on the board quickly.
This is an opportunity you've got to capitalize on this field position. You must come away with points here if you're on offense.
And this is the frustration in playing man-to-man coverage. All the guys on your defense are chasing their guys. They don't have vision on the quarterback, but he is such a good athlete. He notices it, he takes off, he chews up yards, and makes a big play.
Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need...
Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. Touchdown, Oregon! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Sometimes it's players, not plays, or sometimes it's both. And when you got that guy and you put him in the slot and you let him burn for a go route right past a nickel corner or one of the reserve corners or a safety, that's a great job by the offense, and that speed you can't teach, and that's why he's in the house for 6.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Their lead now down to 14. Might feel a little game pressure on this drive. Quarterback on the move, still looking. And he just chucks it into the 4th row. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Moving away from pressure. Grab near the sticks. It's Porter. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
The Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
To the air on first down. Throws toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, that one falls incomplete. That hasn't happened a whole lot today, though. This dude has been lighting this defense up with his speed. He showed great hands. They just weren't able to come down with that one.
Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Get it out to the supersonic guy. Turning it on. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Finding open areas. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
At the 14-yard line. And that's a first down for the offense.
These two quarterbacks have produced as we check out their numbers after 3. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Quarterback now breaking the field. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Rides the back on the option to give. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Yeah, and I think on that third down and short call, I honestly think that they thought it was going to be a fourth down situation. Now it's 4th and 2. I think this offense was ready for this opportunity, and I think they're going to go for it right here.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going for 6. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free. Like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on. And I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to lose anyways.
The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Moore. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Moore will throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Oh, goes right through his hands, and he will think about that one for a while. It'll be third down.
That's another example of just really good football. This is why they've built the lead here in the second half. Nice job pressuring the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, coming into somebody else's building and keeping it really, really quiet.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. They needed a big play and they got it. And the foot down for the 1st down.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. And yeah, they're trailing here in the 4th quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Wants to keep it in the air. He's going for it all. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs.
And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. Return takes it down to the 27-yard line as his defense is hungry for turnovers.
I definitely am trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative. Up 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. The worst thing I can do is throw an interception, turn the football over, stop the clock, give them the ball back in an opportunity like this.
Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense working from the pistol. He wants to change this route. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Gonna let it fly. Makes the grab on the right. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Moore to the air. Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
Hey, even those balls that are thrown near the line of scrimmage, they're going to the running backs and to the tight ends, those small passes can go for big gains. Great job getting the mitts up in the air and deflecting that football.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. And now on second down for this offense.
Here we go, here we go.
Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
And after the quarterback and receiver couldn't connect, this offense faces third down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line is set on third down. The offense changing the play. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman and a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Blasted as he lets it go. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
Yeah, and you needed points. You wanted points badly. But listen, the offense, you know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to get in their 4-minute offense. Now I got to start preserving that clock, using my timeouts, try to get a stop, and get this ball back to my offense.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Pulls it in. It's Jackson. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but, man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss.
And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Stop just across midfield at the 49, but not before he forces the turnover and sets up this offense.
Let's go. Talk about having 1 foot in the grave. This was almost over. They're up by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter, and they got the football. Thank goodness they're choosing to throw the football, not run the clock. Man, we needed that pick. Now it's the offense's turn to go out and make something happen.
Looking deep. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Wide receiver going in motion. Moore will throw. Going to take a shot. And he makes the grab and gets the foot down. What a job for a huge gain there. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
Let's go.
From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
Love the effort on defense that time. That looked like that was going to be a completion downfield, but the physicality of the defender jarred the ball loose.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. The play action fake. Myers on the move. Big man has it. It's a 1st down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Ducks want to crank the tempo.
You got to give this quarterback a ton of credit because he showed tremendous confidence on that throw. That wasn't just trying to throw to the sticks. That was being aggressive and throwing it down the field. Not a high percentage throw, but he had confidence in his guy to win one-on-one and to keep the drive alive.
1st and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Takes the easy one to the back. Touchdown, Ducks! And they take it in for 6 more points. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
2-point conversion attempt is coming.
Ready.
Sends it back in motion. More to the air. He's looking, pressure's coming in, the pressure gets there, and down he goes, and they won't be able to cut into this lead. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They still need a touchdown and 2-point conversion to tie, and they'll go for the onside kick here in the 4th. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and a great job by the receiving team. When you see the football kick, man, you got to be smart how fast it's coming, if I'm ready to catch it, if it needs to go to the next wave. Nice job being organized, seeing it, and executing well.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. He has to take care of the football on this drive. You just can't survive throwing 3 picks in a game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. At this point, the defense just has to bring the house to try to stop the run and get the ball back, even on 2nd and 13. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Using his feet to buy time. And some room to work. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. To the air, it's St. Clair. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Really nice job by the defense, playing aggressive, understanding it could be a running situation, but still playing disciplined enough to play the pass and be successful on that 3rd and short.
They have the lead in a 1-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
I'll tell you what, offenses nowadays, the throw game, they feel so comfortable with it, even late in ball games. Don't worry about the clock. They're not worried about that because they know the execution rate is so high. They get the big fourth down here in the fourth quarter.
The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They want that clock to run. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go right back to the run on second down and maybe put this thing away. Leaves it with the back. Fights off a defender. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The give on the option. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
They'll keep the offense on the field on 4th down already with a 1-possession lead. Trying to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there, and they'll have to give up the football.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, blowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. Moore will throw. The sure hands, it's Perry.
In this offense, they got another positive game, but I think they're going to have to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit. Got to make some plays. That clock is not your friend. You got to speed up, maybe work the middle of the field a little bit, but make sure we get 1st downs, and the rest of the time work the sidelines.
Well, obviously here in the 4th quarter trailing, they're going to be throwing the ball, trying to get back in this game. Couldn't come up with it there on 2nd down. They're expecting them to throw it here on 3rd.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. He might want another play. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the 1st down.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. To the air on 2nd down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. And he'll get the ball back. Otherwise, it would have been lights out.
That ball carrier is very lucky. That easily could have ended up in the hands of the defense. You have got to do a better job with ball security.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. The defense uses a timeout, and we are down to 11 seconds left to play. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. off the play fake. Here's a throw downfield late. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the fourth quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Quarterback adapted. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.